Can you answer the question? Did Donald Trump lose the election in 2020?
I'm answering questions. Don't really feel any obligation to answer anything of you.
You and I both know that millions of people watch Fox News primetime every night. I have family members back in Texas who watch Fox News every night, and they're being deliberately misled, primarily for profit, by Fox News and its corporate supporters. So that was the question I had on my mind, and if it wasn't going to be a true dialogue, I decided I'd ask some questions of my own.
You have made a lot of money personally, and you've enriched a lot of corporations with advertising by getting on here and spewing lies and conspiracy theories to folks who trust you. And so what I'm asking you to do is to tell your voters right now that Donald Trump lost the election in 2020. At least
you've resolved the lie that is Democrats are now for voter ID. It's not your show, sir, but at least you resolved the idea that Democrats are not for voter ID.
Did Donald Trump lose the election in 2020?
Real quick.
Can you answer the question? Did Donald Trump lose the election in 2020?
I'm answering questions. Don't really feel any obligation to answer anything
an uncomfortable question for you?
No.
I'd never been on Fox News before, and I don't know Pete. So, I tried to start the conversation in good faith.
And after our former president, Donald Trump, started his big lie that the election was stolen, Republican legislators in capitals
how did you make this about Donald Trump in 20 seconds? That's a bit of a record.
My first couple answers were, actual answers to his questions, but once he continued to interrupt, as soon as he, seemed more interested in a monologue than a dialogue, I decided to ask questions of my own.
Are you okay with voter ID? Because you're going back to the talking points.
Voter ID is already the law in the state of Texas. It actually passed when I was in college. What we're talking about is the current effort to suppress the vote by reducing early voting hours, empowering partisan poll watchers, shutting down drive-through voting, and making it harder to distribute mail-in ballots. Those are the issues at hand. If you want to debate voter ID, you should probably travel back in time to the early aughts. That was the time to have that debate. In Texas, you are more likely to get struck by lightning than to commit voter fraud. Our indicted Attorney General spent 22,000 man-hours and millions of dollars searching the entire state for cases of voter fraud. And out of millions of votes cast in the state of Texas, he only found 17 cases of folks who made mistakes on their voter registration form. That's it. So voter fraud doesn't exist. So when you recognize that, then you have to assume that the only reason Republicans are trying to suppress the vote is because of Donald Trump's big lie that the last election was stolen. And they gave us no other option. If we believe in this democracy of ours, we were forced to come to our nation's capital and beg, plead, implore with our federal counterparts to take immediate action to save democracy and restore voting rights in Texas and across the country.